Critical Art Podcast with Clever Art and Jonyfraze. Get critical. Master the art. Fight.
What up, guys? Welcome back to the Critical Art Podcast. It's your boy Jonyfraze. For this episode, we have the man, the myth, the legend, fresh off of his RivalFools 12 win. Myself, MissPatriciaa, SilverRupee, Blacque, interview OG Arturo Sanchez, aka Sabin, aka NYCFurby, aka the youngest of arts, FGC Marketing Director for Matcherino, and everyone's favorite Dhalsim player. Man, we talk about Street Fighter V Dhalsim tech, the secret to his recent success of tournament wins, content creation, Matcherino, and what people can do to grow the fighting game community. Let's listen in.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Art.
Still racing.
Dude, Art, first of all, thanks for taking, I know you're a busy man, especially on Saturdays, but you said you're free tonight, right?
Yeah, I was free tonight. I'm doing a third tournament later with Boston.
Oh my God, you're a beast.
For Vampire Savior, yeah.
Oh, you're doing Vampire Savior?
But I'm just restreaming it. Like, when I do stuff like this,
yeah.
You guys have an amazing production, right? Because you guys are so on point, I don't have to do anything except worry about playing. So, shout out to RivalFools and the production team and everybody involved. You guys run like an amazing ship.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Awesome.
I want to ask you, bro. Like, look, you've always been in my heart. I'm a sim player from back in the day on ST and Street Fighter 4. So I've been watching you since like forever. Lately, man, you've been freaking hauling ass. You won Yipes' tournament the other day. You just won this one.
And then I got Casa too on Friday.
You got Casa?
You
took Casa too?
Holy,
let's go, young Art.
Like, what happened? Like, what's the secret right now? You got to tell the people, man.
Joni, it's what I told you. You remember when I was talking about the monitor, Joni, bro?
Yeah, I remember.
I tell you about the monitor? Yeah, these work, bro. Like, you see how many anvils I be landing online?
Yeah.
Like, that shit really work. Like, you can really react because like it's like lower latency. I mean, like, that of course helps, but I've been playing a lot.
I think that's a cop out. I think that's a cop out, man. You've been playing.
No, I have been playing. And like, obviously, the simquisition, we all help each other with tech. We actually don't know who the best sim is because nobody can actually play each other. COVID, right? So it's like
hard.
So we're all just theory fighting and stuff, and it's not really like about who like the best Dhalsim is. It's more like about like share all the tech to make ultimate.
Okay.
But playing a lot and communicating with other good players really helps. Shout out to Dank and Diaz. God bless.
Yeah, Dank. Shout out to Dank, guys. Yeah, Dank. Question. Really, it's a question for Dank, but like, why do you think he picked G? Obviously, he's a bigger threat.
It's 6'4".
It's 6'4".
Because we're talking about in the chat. He was like, I'm taking the knuckle duel approach where I'm not gonna fight a 5'5". And I was like, Dan, I hit a 5'5". He's like, nah, it's to be a 6'4". So it makes sense. Like,
Right.
Definitely has like an advantage over Sim, but I don't think it's as bad as it was last season. Last season, I felt like it was 7-3. This season,
Dang,
I thought it was pretty bad. Yeah.
Wow.
You saw when I played Mario, it was close, but like he won. You still beat me sometimes.
Yeah.
And then that was with this season with the slightly nerfed G. So it's even more difficult before.
So that's what made it 6'4". Because I specifically remember Arturo hosting a couple of streams that said, "What I think you were hosting a funeral for Dhalsim." That was yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
It's 6'4" because think about it. Like, if you play like in float and you try to throw a fireball, GSV skill, bro. So like it doesn't even freaking matter. You can never teleport at him. You can never like really fireball because he can just absorb it. But at least with VS2, like he can't just absorb. It actually hits him, as you guys saw.
Yeah. Right.
So like that's why I picked VS2 just to try to like make G react to the fireball because like I know he can't V skill it. So if I set it up right, it's a 50-50, especially with the EX fire. So like that was my logic. Hope it makes sense.
Yo,
it certainly makes sense.
Art, talk to us about season 5 changes and the adjustments you made, because I remember when season 5 changes dropped. I mean, I remember the stream. Patty, you remember the stream too?
Yeah, he was hosting a funeral for Dhalsim.
Memorial services for Dhalsim.
Yes,
and I was possibly the best stream title of the year.
It was very Spanish-like.
Everybody was loving it. Everybody was loving the Dhalsim Memorial stream.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Dhalsim's dead.
Yeah.
He held it for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but talk to us about like how you feel Obviously, he got nerfed. Yeah, talk about the adjustment, but more importantly, what you did to adjust yourself and your gameplay. With V-Shift involved and all that good stuff.
So I think the developers, like, they had the hindsight. They're probably right. Like, they're worried about Sim being too strong with V-Shift. And you can see, like, although I get blown up for V-Shift sometimes, a lot of times it's really fucking good. It's really good. Like it becomes like you treat it like a third strike parry. If you treat it like a third strike parry, because pressure is very linear in this game. So like it's not like third strike where like you're kind of guessing on the parry. You kind of know when it's coming, because everybody's doing pre-canned strings like that. So if you know when the V-Shift, it gets you out of situations. So if you think about it like that, like because obviously the stand jab got nerfed, right? If you just do V-Shift in replacement of stand jab, it's like, yeah, you're spending 25 meter, but then like you're also plus frame, right? And for the crouch strong, like, crouch strong is nerfed, but only by 1 frame. It's still a good button as long as you do it early. So that forces me to like change my game to try to look for more anvils, right? Because anvil is obviously high damaging. You saw, it's not even like about the damage really. I was just using it for the Oki, but it obviously does like a lot of damage as an anti-air on its own. And it gives me a lot of V gauge to come back, so I can have like multiple triggers in one round and stuff. So like just trying to be more optimal, like trying to have like more damaging anti-airs and like removing the jab from my system and trying to find opportunities to V-shift really helped.
Damn, good stuff.
Yeah, basically, I think people need to like step it up with V-shift. I don't think people are V-shift properly. I feel like sim players are forced to V-shift because we're in so many negative frame situations. We have to hold pressure. Yeah. Like for example, against Mika, a lot of times in the last season, just like stand light me and like I'm in a frame trap, but now I can just like V-shift out of this. But then other characters don't have to worry about that because like they have 3 frames, DPs, all this stuff to get off me. Sim kind of has to eat it, so he's forced to like use V-shift. I think that's what the developers were scared of. So like he's still pretty good for sure. Like it's like the reason why you don't feel like he got nerfed is because everybody adjusted their float game to like not really get hit in the air by counter hit float anymore, or they just play VS2, in which case there's like no nerfs really.
I only saw,
think about it.
Throughout the tournament, I only saw one time that Sim got hit. I forgot it was you. Maybe it was.
It was a couple of times. I mean, even in the K Money match, because like we would do like low strong, it's a float, and we would anti-air each other out of the float, and then we get a juggle. There was one I did a back strong on K Money into EX Fireball, and I all juggled.
I saw that.
Yeah.
To do that. So because the second you did it, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like I noticed you tried to go for the back strong, and then it just didn't do anything. So you're like, okay, just got to reset the situation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Young Art, congratulations, my man.
Thank you, man.
So my ultimate question is more for the up and coming Dhalsim players. When everyone was on the train about, oh, Dhalsim's dead, I immediately thought of you. I wasn't there for the funeral. I wasn't there.
Started it. I was the one that started.
I wasn't there. I wish I could have been. I wasn't there for it. But I'm like, I don't think it's going to matter too much because being a Dhalsim player, you're always kind of acclimating to what other people do. And I've noticed that about your playstyle. The adaptations that you do on the fly are so... It's like it's built into playing the character. So my question is, if you were to tell someone or advise a Dhalsim player and say, listen, okay, you want to get into Dhalsim. Like, give me 3 tips.
What I tell them?
Yeah, man.
I would say like you have to practice your Yoga Gale / teleport inputs because they're one and the same. So it's like you need to get them down 100% on both sides, right? Because otherwise you're just gonna die. You'll get jump jab and die.
Right.
The second thing is like you have to like be able to divide your mental stack. Where it's like, yeah, like you can kind of flowchart with the button, with like the medium buttons, but then they kind of get crush countered by heavies and stuff. And then obviously like the reason why they nerfed the crouch MP is because people will get tight if you jump over stand MK and you still get to anti-air, so they try to slow it down. So you need to be able to divide your mental stack to like be able to look for anti-airs and stuff, especially cross-up.
Right.
Like people are always going to try to jump in on you because they're frustrated.
Yes.
Like, you play the matchup properly, they should be reduced to the point where they have no choice but to jump or like dash. And that's that's when you get the big damage.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. So any up and coming Dhalsim players, you now know what your project is. And you heard it from the man himself. My other question is, you are a very, very busy individual. You've been out the FGC for years. You have a tremendous amount of experience in the grand scheme of things. My honest question, and I've been marveled, every tournament I've had the pleasure and the honor of commentating in and hanging out with, your name pops up and everyone's like, oh, he's doing tournaments. Oh, he's doing this. He's doing this. I'm doing this. How are you doing all of this? How do you make the time? Do you have like 5 secretaries? Is Miss Patty in your pocket? Is she paying for, like, how does this work?
Is that the side gig?
That's easy to answer. I mean, I've been streaming like for like 10 years or so. So like I've built up like a collection of communities. Okay. Like I have access to all the communities to whenever I want to throw a tournament.
Right.
Obviously back then, like back in the day, the ecosystem wasn't like how it is now with things, right? So
right.
And obviously in the last 3 years I worked for Matcherino, right? So it's my incentive to run more tournaments and to get more amazing TOs like you guys who use the platform, which you guys use to the fullest. So awesome. It's like so like it goes hand in hand. It's not like I'm just doing it just to do it. There was a purpose behind doing what I was doing. And then it kind of all feeds into itself. And you guys have always been exceptional partners on the platform. Just you guys blowing up Matcherino every week.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I wish I had time to do more tournaments, man. But as long as just trying to stay consistent. And honestly, I don't.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, we're just trying to put a quality show for everybody. So
Yeah, honestly, I feel like you be blowing it up, and like it's like your way of giving back, and you're doing an amazing job of that.
Cool. Yeah,
it's like really fun and stuff.
That means a lot coming from you.
Yeah, and it really does. And I really still feel like a newbie in this, but Art and I've been talking on Twitter, and like everything he's been telling me is a gold, like between like just organizing and as well as like just like the fun stuff. So I do.
It makes a lot of sense. Actually, now I think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Since like you sell stuff, it's like everybody's gonna be watching your stream or people that buy your product. So of course you're gonna donate to the Matcherino. It makes total sense. That's so good. You see, like you guys are probably the first example of like a venue like doing that. This is actually amazing.
But you've been in this business, like you said, for 10 years. What can we do to make it better?
Man, it's like,
I know. That's why they bring me
to lead to like Noah's Ark. It's kind of like a vague question, but I kind of see where you're getting at.
Yeah, man.
Honestly, like I feel like in the last year or two, the seeds are set in place for. Okay, so the FGC has always been self-sustaining, right? It's just that like it was always at a loss. Now, like with this crowdfunding stuff, and like we're kind of like in a middle ground right now, where like there was no money, but then now all of a sudden crowdfund make it relevant, and it starts influxing all this money into the scene that you can kind of like that you can use like pay for your players, pay for staff, pay for production, whatever. But it's not there yet, right? Like honestly, like it's such a hard question to answer because it's like I'm trying to figure it out myself.
I think just to interject on that point, Blacque's question was actually going to interject into mine, and kind of like the climate that we're in now. To kind of help to that point, I think it might be appropriate to say that we should continue just being there for one another in like the latest of terms.
I think what everybody should do. I think what everybody should do is focus on making like their shit self-sustainable. It's like don't try to like blow it up just to blow it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like like work within your means and keep it sustainable, right? And it's like a slow and steady thing. It's like you're not trying to take over like the world in one day, but if you can build something sustainable, that's good for everybody, bro. I mean, honestly, the end game for us is like I would love for all of our events to be sponsored by like companies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
And then that way, like it takes like the pressure out of TOs running an event. I mean, I understand there's like costs involved and everything.
Dude, it's a grind.
It's like a labor of love. It's definitely labor of love.
I've been at this all day, like just setting up all day. You guys know how it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why all the Matcherino Cup and the sponsored Matcherino tournaments I'll be doing. It's like we're trying to build the framework for that because like we're trying to make it so that we can have like a tournament league and everybody gets paid to restream and stuff, right? And it's fucking cool, right? And then like all the costs are covered. So it's like we're like in the early stages of that now. Like obviously with those types of events, like you remember Super Turbo, Matcherino Cup, and what else did we do? Like MK11, like all those restreamer guys got paid to do it,
crap.
and stuff. But that's the level I want to be at. But like obviously we have to sell it to them. So one tournament by itself is not enough, but like thousands of tournaments is. So like that's the angle I guess we're trying to go for. So it's like
my question would be on that note, Art. If you were to do more tournaments, how do you kind of connect the dots and then promote that? And where would you do that?
Damn. See, it's kind of like a long-term play because like a lot of it's like about building. A lot of it's like about building up social and like it doesn't not even
right.
All the numbers I got took me 10 years, and like people get it in 1 year now over bigger games, but it's not that easy. Definitely not that easy. It's like you have to keep. It's like you have to keep like you have to keep sticking at it and being sustainable and like build like an audience and then collab with other people. I think that's the
Perseverance.
key. I think collaboration is the key.
Okay.
100%. I 100% agree.
Because think about it. Like today we did an event with Europe, and like they don't really have Matcherino over there like that, and it was great. We raised like $800 and shit. And
Bro,
it was all community based. We raised $800. We got people to hook it up with like production, like overlays and stuff, like all pro bono just to blow it up. But then that shit was dope. But then Momi won, and he donated all of his Matcherino winning.
Wow.
Damn.
What a G!
What a legend!
What a game!
What a legend!
Right?
What a legend! But yeah, that's the start of it. Like like if you can build like sustainable brands, like it gets to the point where you can actually charge us. We're obviously not there yet. I think your event's worth paying for, Joni. By the way, if you ever charge a venue fee, I would totally not.
I agree.
I 1000% agree.
Totally not be bad. I'm just throwing it out there.
Wait, say that again. I missed that. Say that again.
You have to charge a venue fee.
You want me to charge a venue fee?
You should.
I'm saying for the level of work that like you put into this, if you charge a venue
seriously,
fee, I wouldn't be mad. At it.
So
all right.
Arturo,
you don't have to. No, I mean, granted, the reason why this is also sick is like all these crowdfunded tournaments are getting crazy pots for free. If you want to keep it like that, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, I don't really charge. We don't charge for anything except for NLBC Wednesday. That's it. Everything else is free. So you don't have to do that. But I'm just saying, like, I obviously want to cover costs. And like doing this, we can.
Of course. Yeah. Well, I mean, reality is what it is. Everyone has to eat, and it's one of the things.
I would love to have a nice like chunk of change for everyone involved, so that would be nice.
You have a talent and you have a passion for this environment. Now, if you don't want to get rid of the entire everyone jumps on board and gets to play, don't. But I think you should have a separate bracket where you're like, listen, if you want to get in, it's X amount.
So I'll tell you certain things. It's like for certain events that I do, right? Like let's say like I'm doing like an arcade event with like crews and shit. And I need arcade help. I definitely tell like like the stream and the players, I'm like, hey, we're taking a 15% cut for crews or whatever. And everybody's like, fine, like fuck it, whatever. He's doing so much work.
Right.
Hell yeah, pay that man. Shit like that.
All right.
But like it depends. It's on a case by case basis. I don't always
case by case.
Yeah. Obviously, I work for Matcherino, so I don't take any of it. It all goes to like productionist. I'm trying to pay production with it. So so like that's kind of like the ecosystem we're kind of like going at.
Gotcha.
That's awesome.
Like it's obviously not not there yet, but like it's showing the formations of it slowly.
All right, we don't want to keep you too long, but Patty or Rupee, any final questions for Art before let him go?
Yeah, actually. So Arturo, I haven't talked to you in a long time. So
that's not true. I was on your stream, like
I'm saying like face to face. I'm saying face to face.
She knows everyone. I told you.
It has been a while, but I mean, since the last time I think you and I saw each other, you've been working for Matcherino the last 3 years. I like to promote a lot of tournaments. As you know, you come to my streams and ask me where the secret tournaments are. But I also encourage a lot of the organizers to try and talk to you about Matcherino. But I also don't know what your protocol is, or like, can people just straight up approach you and be like, hey, I need you to help me set up Matcherino or whatnot? Because we need to funnel. I agree 100%.
Patty, I'm the FGC Marketing Director for Matcherino.
Then we need to work together. Are you okay?
Hello.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. I am a PR specialist by trade, so
you know what's funny about this?
You can DM, you can DM me about work. Hey, you stuff. I got you.
Okay.
For everyone, and apologies for interjecting on this, but for the layman, for the regular folks that are into PR, let me put it into perspective. I was literally a nobody. And I've not only had an opportunity to talk to Arturo, and I've only fought him online, but he remembers my name, and we've been able to talk. Same with Miss Patty. So the idea that certain people, and that's the beautiful thing about the FGC, so they're not as far away as you would have an idea. If you have, like,
I have to communicate with as many people as possible. It's
yes.
Not
don't be afraid to reach out if you have the passion for it.
Yeah, like I have people reach out to me all the time, and then it's dope because then I just tell them just put me as a referral, and then like makes me look good. I'm like, I
mean the objective is to, and I've said it so many times.
TOs. The objective is to get TOs.
Exactly, and to funnel money.
But then obviously Matcherino gives the TOs money, so it's not like it's nothing off your guys' back. Yeah, so like that's kind of the point. Like we can build like this ecosystem, where, like the sponsors pay for tournaments.
Yeah.
If you want more tournaments, take care of your tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Period.
We definitely look out for our TOs.
Art, Man,
Awesome.
Congratulations, man.
Congrats, my brother.
man.
Yo, thank you, Joni. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at your stream, and I'm just seeing all the characters just jump around.
Yeah. We wild. You know how we do it here, man. Everyone's wild.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that episode. Stay locked in, guys. This is a Critical Art podcast. Got me and Clev. We'll be cooking up some new content for you guys soon. Till the next episode, we'll catch you soon. Peace.